Many thanks for staying with us. It's still the conversation here on this segment. And of course, it's the Lagos segment. Today we'll be looking beyond the headlines and we'll be asking, what does it truly mean to lead with a vision in a time where citizens are demanding so many things from governance? Lagos has often stood out, whether for innovation, resilience, or build reforms. Just yesterday, projects were inaugurated by our governor, and this has been occurring. Yeah, and what can the rest of Nigeria also learn from such gestures? And to help us have this or shed light on today's conversation is Mr. Razak. Did I forget? Did I almost forget your name? Never. Mr. Razak Olukoba is a friend of the house and he is a public analyst, public affairs analyst. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, viewers at home.
Okay, we're trying to understand what visionary governance or leadership is all about in Lagos today. What does that mean, to you? Or how can you explain that to the layman?
It's a recurring question in the mind of many Nigerians that what is Lagos doing that our other states are doing? And what is responsible for the reason how they got to where they are today? And the question is simple. When you have a vision as a people, your path will be very easy and it will be very smooth. When you prepare for bad days, you always have good days. And that's the definition of Lagos. Lagos has had a blueprint even before the creation of Nigeria. It's been a system for so long. But we're not talking about issue today. We're just talking about why is Lagos always a yardstick to measure other states. And oftentimes, we have told other states that no matter the kind of coloration that you have in your state, you must stick to your dream as a state. And Lagos has been very lucky to have leaders, not only political leaders, all the stakeholders in Lagos has bought into the Lagos dream. You will discover that when Marwa was going, we were saying that the civilian gun that is coming is going to enter into a very big shoe. Because at that time, we were saying that Marwa did well as a military governor then. Marwa didn't just do well.
Even before
then.
Even before
there
then.
has always been a vision in Lagos,
in Lagos
that successive government has always been buying into. And today, if you look at what Jakande has also done, you agree with me that it's not a coincidence that Lagos is the greatest, one of the greatest states in Nigeria.
So why is Lagos the only state that is enjoying such visionary leadership despite the different tiers of or styles of government? Because Marwa is or was the military governor of Lagos State.
We give it to the stakeholders of Lagos. Give it to the stakeholders of Lagos. Give it to the leadership of Lagos. The founding fathers of Lagos did a good job. And the young one today must learn from that. That there's nothing you want to do in life without mentorship, without a role model. Everybody that came on board in Lagos has always been following the path. And when a governor comes on board in Lagos, the moment you want to depart from that blueprint, you'll be singled out. I can give you an example of it. That was Ambodi's time. Ambodi did very well. He did very, very well. But he stepped out of the Lagos dream. And I keep giving the example of Fort Mainland Bridge. Fort Mainland Bridge was supposed to start from Langbasa. I bidded for it. My company bidded for it. I put in 71 billion naira. HSBC was willing to give me 40 billion naira. Lagos State was willing to give me 10 billion naira. And I wanted to mop up 21 billion naira in terms of equipment, expatriate, and not financial, not physical cash.
Not physical cash, okay.
But Langbasa is going to descend the traffic into the Lekki corridor. That means there must be an expansion. It's a Lagos dream. The Ikorodu axis must be expanded. So Fashola did his own by expanding the Ikorodu road. It's not his own program. It's a program to expand the Lagos traffic congestion to ensure that free flow. Because if your traffic is moving, your economy will be moving. If it's stagnated, your economy is in trouble. That's why it has been told that Lagos should not allow traffic in Lagos to be stagnated. Because that's production time. When production time is spent in the traffic, you are injuring the economy of that state. And by extent, to a larger extent, you are damaging the economy of that nation. So, in essence, when Abode came, he was supposed to do what Sanwo-Olu is doing now. Put into bridge, expand the road. But he didn't do that.
From where Fashola
stopped. So, and that's been helping Lagos. That's been helping Lagos. And that is why you see Lagos sustaining the political power. Because it's easy for people to also in their mind calculate that, have a calculation that in my area, we needed three bridges. Previous governor has done 2. I want this bridge to be completed though. So at voting time, you always see voters coming together, regardless of the tribe. In unison, we have to bring this political tendency back to power.
Continuity.
That is what is responsible for it. It's not a coincidence. Something is working, something is responsible for it. And that thing is the stakeholder. Every governor in Lagos State, every traditional rulers, every businessman, every sons and daughters of Lagos State, everybody that lives in Lagos are part of that stakeholder. They buy into it. And that's why Lagos will always buy into any policy that is going to help that city to grow of all the states in Nigeria. An example is LASTMA. There are states that has attempted what Tinubu has done with LASTMA and Kai. It failed. But the moment it comes to Lagos, people buy into it. And that's why, if you have a vision, why do people go to the rest of the world and they fit into it? Because there's a vision there. There's a program, there's a structure there. So Lagos is not a coincidence. It's not just that go to Lagos. No, don't just go to Lagos. Oh. Sit your people down in your state and tell them to have their own blueprint, developmental plan, housing scheme. The plan is there. Which one is the next one? The housing scheme. Which one is it? Then the road network. Every road that is being apportioned, land that's apportioned for road construction, is been exhausted. So the next thing is, let's do alternative. Someone who is doing rail line. That's the next thing in line. For road, nothing, no land to build road again. Okay. So the rail line is coming up. He has done 2 now. He's doing the 3rd one. After that, you do cable transportation. That's going to be flying over all of us. After that, it's underground. The water own, we are beginning to exhaust it gradually. It's going gradually. And if you look at the security model in Lagos, Tinubu, Fashola, and Sanwo-Olu knew very well that the traffic warden cannot cater for our need on the roads. So they keep empowering the LASTMA officials, ensuring that they go for training. Small parcel of land with 25 million people. It's not just working. It's a dream that this thing must not die. So laws that will be made in a state like Lagos will be difficult laws. Will be laws that will appear traumatizing, but it's going to make things work for us. They say, this is not a parking zone. You see people making noise. You see, once that corridor is blocked for 30 minutes, some people will not sleep at home that day as a result of the consequence of traffic buildup. So if you live in Lagos and you go to New York, you go to Paris, you go to Johannesburg in South Africa, you go to Cairo, you go to Cairo for Egypt and Kenya, all those capitals, you fit in immediately. But when someone comes from where I come from in Ilorin, because I don't want to use other place people as example, they will say that I'm trying to disrespect where they come from. But if you come from Ilorin, you live your life in Ilorin, and you go to New York, it will be strange to you. But because there's a system in Lagos that is similar to New York, to have this kind of population to work, it is constant planning, review of your plan, and talking to the people that we have to do this, we must get it done. That is why today in Africa, we have 3 most cosmopolitan cities. We have Lagos, we have Accra and Johannesburg. And let me now shock you why Lagos stand out. Cairo, we look at the model and we saw the kind of intervention they got from their own federal government. So wow, is that why Cairo got to this point? If you go to Johannesburg, the South African government didn't close eyes anytime Johannesburg needs the intervention of it's only Lagos out of all these 3 rated cities in Africa that's not getting the complementary support and it's surviving. It's surviving. The yesterday they measure the recent survey they did that Abuja is making money than Lagos. She's shocked. Tax that's being collected by federal government is not tax that belongs to federal capital territory. Which should be the one telling us the money has made. But the VAT collected from me as a contractor, from all of that, is going to federal government account. So it's erroneous to say that Abuja is making, that yardstick is very wrong. Abuja capital territory, which is manned by Wiki, is the money made by him that should be used as a. So as we stand today,
to Lagos.
Lagos is still the backbone, in terms of economy of Nigeria. It stands out.
Some of the things you said just reminded me of our conversation on Monday when we were talking about Lagos acquiring the special status. Some of the things you said just made me remember. But again, now let's talk about looking at the past leaderships that we've had in Lagos and even the present leadership in place and how this has also influenced economic development in Lagos.
Well, the blueprint was laid by Tinubu, the current president. And if the blueprint had not been there, because the military intervention sets the country back 100 years. And the best thing to call them is they are rascals. That's the best thing to call them. But when Tinubu came on board, all the aberrations that he met on ground, he had to quickly fix it. And the first thing is that he took over our street, Operation Sweep. So that when you move, there will be this harassment by security agencies. And the fear people now had in mind is that all these bad boys, where would they go? And that's why the transport policy now came in to push all those young men back to the garages. It got employment for them. Because all aging business is one of the leading contributions to the world economy. They didn't know that Angola, Tinubu, Agbero is giving area boys money. That's all aging, ticketing, it's all over the world. So we have to keep improving the manner of ticketing. I know it's improving on a daily basis. So immediately he comes. If I'm ticketing as a pickpocket, I look at the danger of picking your pocket, and the money I'm going to make from ticketing, I will not pickpocket again. And that's why the question of security challenges in Lagos reduced by 50% immediately came on board, and the successive government has been bidding on it. If you notice, when the military was there, the challenge on security, armed robbery is scary. Yes. Nobody wants to live in Lagos. So that foundation is there that he put on ground. Then how do we go and come back home safely? You spend 4 hours when you are going to office, production time. 4 hours when you are coming back. That is 8 hours of production time. If you spend 8 hours of production time, how do the state prosper? And that's why he knew that we have to ensure that people can be able to move around. That was why you have to bring out the transportation model to ensure that you can move. And he brought in enforcement agencies. Then the work, and if you look at last month today, about 21 countries in the country has been able to appeal for the model, and they are using that as you and I talk all over Nigeria as a model, and it's working. The last month model. So on the environmental issues, see, if you mess up environment, it's going back to mess the person. So where do we put our refuse? How do we turn the refuse into white again? So the president then, when he was the governor, ensured that he brought up so many agencies that, and there's a ministry of waste to weight in Lagos today. It was not a ministry then, but it has become a ministry now. They ensure that all the waste on our roads is recycled to become finished product for some other areas of our life. So all these foundations were laid when it was then, up until what we find today as an next sector, Digibola. Digibola is talk about the health sector. There's no local government you get to Nigeria in Lagos today that you will not see health center, one health center. It's the architect that was been laid before Asiwaju come around and turn into a skeleton. Fashola gave it the flesh. Then Sanwo-Olu is doing wonder with it. He's doing very wonderfully with it. So all this foundation is being laid, and we are so lucky as a people in Lagos to have people who kept buying into this blueprint, buying into blueprint. All we need to do as a people is to build a defense and barricade around it to defend those institutions. When you talk about last mass, let's go for the last mass. You can't bring down the entire last mass institution and say that last mass that's why I don't want to vote for these people. You didn't vote for them because you want to break the law. Imagine last mass out of our road for one day.
Chaos.
The spiral effect may last for 6 months because it's going to cause a lot of damage. Our economy will be hampered. So above all, look at the economy of Lagos State. I love to do business. I love to do business in Lagos more than any other place. Before I do any business in my state, my first point of call is Lagos. Because I know in Lagos, there's a system in place that is working for you. People understand what is called the manufacturer and customer relationship. In terms of the institutions in place in Lagos, where you put your shop to make sure that there's an infrastructure that gets to where you are going to buy your things. So all these things are in place already. So, and that's a spiral effect on the economy of any state. If you don't put all those things in place, Saleko today, you can go and buy anything and without the fear of anything, because there's infrastructure. There's last month to ensure that there's through flow traffic. The KAI officials will ensure that refuse didn't block the road. And or your shop, you cannot build a shop to become an obstacle to other people who are your neighbors. You can't build your shop over the canal. So all these things, people don't seem to understand it. But people who have an insight, who has lived his life in Lagos and had to go to other, there's a state. I'm into haulage. I have 3 trucks in a particular state in Nigeria. He didn't load for 6 months. But the moment I start bringing the truck to Lagos from, it was first in Kaduna, I took it there, now in Lagos. When I was doing haulage, I found haulage because of the challenge. I started making money in haulage. So if you put all these things together, we have to first give kudos to the stakeholders in Lagos who solved tomorrow and knew that there must be a blueprint for Lagos. Then successive government had come to play their role. Successive government, and there's a responsibility assigned to all of them to today. When time comes in, you see Tinubu come here and chip in, no, do this. When time appropriate come, Fashola will come and address some issues. No, because people, they have different challenges. And when that challenge emerges again, they are expert on it. They have to come on it. Sanwo-Olu will go and is going to become an expert in on issue that has to do with one particular time. He managed NSAT, he managed COVID-19 and other challenges that he had at his own time. When that challenge come on board, they will call him. What do you feel about this?
Okay,
so putting all these things together, points to one direction. That there must be vision for all the states.
Which is what I want to ask you now. Despite the fact that you've talked about so much urban planning, you've also talked about infrastructure development. I want you to take us back to in the last maybe 10 years. What has been the most visionary move, in Lagos State in the last 10 years?
The team's agenda of Governor Sanwo-Olu, I will narrow it down to 4.
Okay. And they are?
And all of that things will fall under it. The state has been kept very secure and very, very safe security. There's the challenge in the north today. There's a decline in the economy of the whole of the northern region. What is responsible for it? It's not because rain is not shining, or sun is not shining, or rain is not falling. It's not because God has said the earth will breathe. It's challenges in security. The bandits, the kidnappers, terrorists is responsible. If Lagos is not safe, nobody will be willing to live in Lagos again.
True.
The numbers of people that come to Lagos is far higher than the people that live on a daily basis. And we have taken note of that since 1994, which means it kept increasing on daily basis. The public kept increasing on daily basis. So when you say security, then it's an umbilical cord to also carry other things along, like transportation.
Okay.
Because it's an enforcement agency that made our roads safe. So security of life and property, and security of movement, which is transportation now. Security of movement. You can go and come, you can park your car, you can do all sorts of things. There's an amazing job in the last 10 years that the government has done. And you agree with me that someone who saw this, immediately he came on board. His first point of call is to the LASTMA institution. He first increased their salary. And the next thing, he bought the gadgets. There's a body camera for LASTMA now. It didn't happen before. It was at his own time. And all these borders on security. So for me, security stand out, which carries along transportation. And if you look at the contribution to the world economy, you have oil and gas, you have agro-allied, you have telecoms, then you have haulage. So security and
talking about haulage,
no shipping, airline, road network is contribute to world economy most. Okay. One of the 4 major contribute to world economy. It's one of the 4, like I mentioned, haulage. So Lagos government knew from inception that if the economy of Lagos must move, there must be security, and the security under it, there must be free flow of transportation. Then the next thing is the earth. The earth sector in the country, the first model of it in the whole of Nigeria is what has been brought on board by some that you pay certain amount to the insurance scheme. I don't know the name now, I've forgotten. Just in my mind. Yes. And the moment you do that, you are going to be having a subsidized medical attention. Ilera Eko. So, and you know that health is very key and very, very central. If an LD nation is pronounced, it's not the nation that is LD, it's the people that is LD. And one of the most prosperous nations in the world today, the first 10, after education, areas where they make money most is the health sector. So for Lagos State government to have said that, it means Lagos is tapping into what the rest of the world are doing to ensure that the economy of their country is healthy. So by and large, your workforce is going to be a liability to you if their health status is okay. Japan had no business with prosperity, but they prosper today. One of the leading economy in the world is Japan today. They have suffered 2 atomic crises. Hiroshima, that time when American troops bombed in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the recent one, the Fukushima. The economy should supposed to be in shambles. What's responsible for it? The health status of the Japanese people today is the first in the world. They have the highest status of elderly people in the world, and it had a major contribution to the economy. And that's what Lagos had in mind too. That if you have an early working sector, the health department in Alausa here, go and look at the equipment. You think you are in a private hospital, one of the hospitals in overseas. So that's number 2. Then, what is the miracle that is responsible for being the fastest growing economy, if not in Africa, but in West Africa? What's the miracle? I keep looking at it. You see this, and at the end of the day, I summarized to me that the policy put in place by Lagos State government to make sure that you can practice your business without hindrance. The first thing is that they give everybody equal opportunity, no matter where you come from. No matter where you come from, go to Alausa, there's all sorts of intervention to farmers, from farmers to market women, from market women to young skill acquisition center in Lagos. I think it's about 32. So all these things cannot be in the state, and the economy of that state will not improve and it will not move forward. All those things are responsible, and it is huge for any state to challenge the record of Lagos State. It's going to be a very tasking and Herculean task. So Lagos State had in mind that there's no how I would empower the population, and the population will not in turn empower the state. They will pay tax. They will ensure that a lot of things are good for Lagos.
This will lead me to my next question.
Then
Okay.
the most important one, which is education.
Education, okay.
Very central, top notch.
So you're telling me that all the sectors
Top notch. There's no how you have an untrained staff is a liability. Lagos train. They put good school in place, even if other states bring their children to be trained in Lagos. Out of 10 children that I have, out of 10 children that I have, 7 is an example. I'm not saying I have 10 children. Out of 10 children that I have, there's no Abuja to it. At least 7 will stay in Lagos and contribute to the economy of Lagos State. You see, physical fitness and mental fitness is an equilibrium. If you are physically fit and there's a mental challenge, it's going to there will be misbalance. And if you are fit mentally and physically you are not fit, there's going to be a crisis. So you have to be physically fit, mentally fit. That's going to be an equilibrium. There will be balance in the person's life. So, and these are deep thinking that Lagos had in mind before they raised the power to the point they are today. The first Lagos one-day governor came from a public school. And he was subjected to all sort of assessments by people who felt that it's not. But the guy he did very well. And today, our public schools, go and look at the rating. Go and look at the rating. As if it's that's the only thing that somebody want to be doing. The number of schools he has renovated, the number of schools is building, and that's to tell you that any country that is aspiring to have a great future, that at our old age you want to sleep and close our eyes, there must be good education. We must not keep churning out graduates that will become graduates and become more dull and become a dollar even before they go to school, which is the picture we are having in Nigeria now. We have more lawyers, but how baked? They go to court and lose case for you. We have doctors, how baked? So and it's dangerous than illiteracy. Illiteracy, you don't, this man is not a doctor, but someone will call the doctor and keep misapplying medication for you. So Lagos understand this implication and knew that I have to contribute more to education, and there's a result for it. Look at the workforce. I do business in other states. Ease of doing business in Lagos is top notch. I do contact with federal government. Lagos is number 1 when it comes to business and ensure that things go very well. I'm not saying that federal government is not doing well, but I have started with engineers, federal government engineers and state engineers from other states. I started with engineers in Lagos, and I kept wondering, did you train somewhere else than these regulars that I would train? It's training and education. So for me, Lagos State has done very well, and the top of it is about education. And I think that one of the best way we can complement that is to also ensure that whatever policy the government is doing, we must contribute to it. We have I like
the fact that you said we as a people or as residents in Lagos should contribute to it, because I was going to ask you that, let's talk about the people now.
You got it out of my mouth.
Let's talk about the people, and let's understand how critical or how important it is for citizen inclusion in visionary leadership, because we're still here and we still see some Lagos residents still coming out to protest or complain about one thing or the other in Lagos State. So how do we now carry Lagos residents along, or people, to achieve this visionary leadership to the end?
Well, many people may not agree with me. The role the people must play must be always begin with government, particularly in Lagos. There must be that courage from Lagos State government to admit that they have done well. The moment you wait for people to tell you you have done well, you may not get the right answer. And I kept telling all our friends from 1990, we have always been friendly with Lagos State government one way or the other. We have been having collaboration as members of civil society that you must first admit that you have done well. Look at your colleagues in other states. Look at your neighboring states. You go to your governor's forums meeting, look at their program, see what they discuss there. So you now come back, you will not admit when someone said that we are not doing well. You now, as a matter of policy, constantly saying that we know we have done well. That doesn't mean you should not do more, because what is the actual number of people that are supposed to be in Lagos? It's not supposed to be 15. It's not supposed to be up to 15 million people. But before the turn of century, Lagos population will reach 100 million. So for us as a people, we must first understand anytime you want to access Lagos that they are operating from a very, very difficult angle. Cater for population that has exceeded. That must sink first. That has exceeded. They know what they are supposed to live in, and that's why landlords must prepare their mind to have collaboration with Lagos State government, because one story building will not be the talk of the town again in another 20-30 years. There must be high rising. You can't barricade people from coming into Lagos. So, and when you have that understanding that we have done very well, it's going to embolden you to also tax the citizens. So for government, be courageous enough to first admit that we have done well. Tinubu did well. Fashola did well, and an extension, Ambode did well. And to a very, very large extent, someone has done very, 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 very well. So all the people in government, as a matter of policy, your intro, anything you want to do, it must reflect that we have gone this far and we have done our best. We will do more. Then for the citizens, it is irresponsible citizenship to set out every day and be looking at the wrong thing that government has done. That is irresponsible citizenship.
No, I don't agree with you.
To set out every day of your life. Every day of your life.
No.
You don't want to see anything good that government has done. That's not citizenship. Citizenship is
people are entitled to their opinion, not necessarily looking out for anything bad.
Citizenship is not to constantly disagree with that a good government has not done well. That's not citizenship. Okay,
that is something else you are talking about. You are talking about constantly looking out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But there is nothing wrong.
No. I said it is irresponsible citizenship to look at every day of your life.
Every day of your life.
Be looking for the bad thing that government has done.
Has done, okay.
That is irresponsible citizenship.
But government cannot be.
I'm a product of protest.
Okay.
I have feet all over my body. I can't with my left eye again. Okay. It's a bullet from police.
Oh.
I can't with my left eye again. It's a bullet from police and injury all over my body. It's a bullet from the police. I just feel my teeth. Half of them are gone. So I'm a product of protest. Demanding things from government. I did it all the days of my life. I spent 9 years in Campo. So I'm not saying that young people should not make demand. Yeah. But they should bear in mind that as they do that, when they are convinced that the government has done well, they must also be courageous enough to admit. Particularly in Lagos. You can't wake up every day to say that we want to run government down. I won't agree with that.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about that.
No, I know. You know, you're talking about citizenship now. Yeah. And that's why when NSAS came on board, you said, okay, yes. The standard all over the world, if you want to protest now, is that there must be leadership.
Sure.
There must be time beginning and closure.
Yes.
You said there's no leadership. That's number one problem. I say, even hell. Mosque has a pastor. Church has mosque has imam. Church has pastor. Even hell. Satan is the leader of hell. Why will your president not have a leadership? So citizenship is defined in what I'm saying. That anything good that is become your heritage, citizenship must learn to defend it. If you bring down Lagos, 52% of the economy of a nation want to bring it down, and that's what's going on in the mind of majority of our young people in the country to do that. No, this government of Lagos is not doing anything. I said, no, I won't agree with you. So, with this program this morning, you need to start having a change of mind. That a responsible citizenship must also speak out when government is not doing well.
So, are you talking to our youth now?
Yes, and all Nigerians, and all Lagosians.
And all Lagosians.
That a responsible citizenship must also admit when you see something that is going on well, must also resist when you see things that is going bad. Yeah. Last month official that has done well, take time to commend them that you have done well. Take time to commend Lagos government that no, you did well, you trained them very well. Then if you see the one that is not doing well, so you must also speak out. So there must be that balance. The danger of constantly saying that government is not doing well is that they might misinterpret what you mean that all the things they are doing
is bad.
And they will then leave the path that has been designed, that is working for a path that will lead us to the jungle. That's the danger. And that's why we must resist this attempt to write off government. Completely. It's not, we can't live our life like that. So all these things we have mentioned, look at them. Look at the economy of Lagos. Look at the population Lagos is fending for. Look at the actual population that Lagos is supposed to fend for. Nobody will have that discussion with me, and we don't agree that Lagos is overpopulated. Okay. So when you have seen that weakness, you commend them and say that, oh, where you are working, but you can improve in this area. There are policies of the government also need it. We agree with that. But say it in such a way that it's not going to be damaging to the government.
All right, now, your message to the young people, I like that you touched on the young ones now. For those who are watching right now or will watch this later and are aiming to become visionary leaders, because in the course of our conversation, you mentioned a lot of people. You mentioned Babaja Konde, mentioned a lot of people. And so for those young ones who are watching, who want to become visionary leaders, what are those things?
What are those things they will look out for in electing, visionary leaders, especially for Lagos?
The first thing is that anyone that doesn't have a part in life, that is aimless in life, is in trouble.
What did you say again?
Someone that is aimless, aimless in life is in trouble.
That has no goal, no direction, no focus.
You must elect someone that is a role model. A role model to your life. And your role model is someone who is ready and willing to mentor you. Who will mentor you to the right path. One of the challenges for the young people today is that they don't want any role model. They don't want any mentorship. It is not possible to live their life without having someone that you look up to. That path you are passing through is not a new terrain. Someone has passed through it. People who have failed, you have to listen to them. Why did I fail on this path? People who survived that age, you must listen to them. But to say that it's free word, it's Gen Z. I don't know whether the parent is responsible for that. I don't know whether they get that from some figment of imagination. I don't know where they get it from. But in life, there must be mentorship. Any leader you want to choose is a leader who has had achievements. Look at the track record. Where someone is coming from, he has excelled. Where Fashola is coming from, he has excelled. Ambode was the accountant general of the state before he became the governor. Then Tinubu, we were in detention with Tinubu to fight for democracy. I had a son for the first time in 1992. I was in detention resisting anti-SHARP policy. Anti-SHARP policy was one that drove Nigeria to where we are today. And he was resisting it. He was not a government person. He was a private person enjoying his life, but he committed a class suicide. He left his class to join the young people on the street. Students like me, I will fight for your freedom. He didn't know he would become the president of Nigeria. So if you want to choose a role model, you must choose someone who has had an achievement in life. I don't want to become a cleric in my life. I don't want government work. I want to become Imam Afar all the days of my life. I couldn't achieve it. I don't know why.
Why?
But because I saw men of God as being pious, speaking about good deed, speaking about good things of life, how to live your life, how to follow the path of Muhammad and all the good people in the Quran. I said, no, I want to live my life like that. That's me, my aspiration as a young man. So, but eventually, that guided me. What did it guided me in life? That you must be able to fight for the people. You must be transparent. You must respect agreement. You must love the kind of law. You must have it for you. So young people too must have that kind of thinking, that there must be that vision. And other states must be ready for Lagos to mentor them. There's nothing wrong in seeing the visions of Lagos and looking at it as a mentor. Many states do not know that Lagos is different. You can't compare Lagos to our state. Why are we not going to do that? You get your allocation. You have a freedom to put in place what the government has put in place. So for us, who are the citizens, are the young people. To succeed in life, you must have a path. You must have a mission. You must have a vision. You must understand where we are going. You can't be rudderless. And in doing so, you must have known somebody who have passed through that path before. Don't think that all the information you need to succeed in life start and end on social media. No. What you see in social media is somebody's thought. Is somebody's thought. Whether the person is saying it right or is not saying it right. It's somebody's thought. So for us, for me, in my conclusion, before I ask the next question, I commend the Lagos vision. I commended the Lagos mission. And I know very well that the successive person that's going to be coming to rule Lagos will always buy into the vision. Citizenship has a response to make sure that whoever that's going to be a councillor, a chairman, an House of Rep, House of Assembly member, even the rulers, traditional rulers, and the governor of Lagos must be somebody who is going to buy into the vision of Lagos.
Unfortunately, we need to end this conversation here because of time. I must thank you very much, Mr. Razak Olokoba, for sharing insight on this very, very important topic of discourse. Visionary, you want to say something?
Which we have not ended.
We have not ended, yes.
Do you think this conversation has ended?
It has not ended.
It's unending.
There will be need for a part 2. Visionary leadership is not just about big ideas, but also about execution, continuity, and inclusion. That is one thing I have taken from this conversation today. Must thank you again.
It's a pleasure being with you.
The conversation continues after this. Stay with us.